Everyone lies to themselves in some way, not out of malice, but as a form of protection. These internal narratives help us feel safe, in control, or justified in our actions. Each zodiac sign harbors one key belief they repeat to themselves quietly, shaping their decisions, relationships, and blind spots. Today, we are going to expose the one lie each zodiac sign tells themselves. This thought often influences how they approach challenges and connect with others, sometimes hindering genuine growth. Understanding these lies is the first step toward self-awareness and healing. Let us begin with Aries. Aries tells themselves, "I do not care," but the truth is, they care deeply. They act unaffected to avoid vulnerability or feeling slowed down by pain. Admitting hurt feels like weakness, so they move on fast, starting something new or distracting themselves with action. Yet unresolved feelings do not disappear just because they are outrun. Aries' growth begins when they recognize that caring does not make them weak, but human. Taurus convinces themselves that staying exactly as they are is fine. Comfort feels like security, and security feels like safety. But this belief often keeps them stuck longer than necessary. They resist change, fearing the loss of what they have built. The truth is, growth does not erase stability, it simply upgrades it. Moving forward does not mean losing everything. It means enhancing what is important. Gemini tells themselves, "It is not that deep." They minimize emotions by intellectualizing them and turning pain into jokes or conversations. Avoiding emotional depth feels easier than sitting with feelings. But just because they avoid depth does not mean it is not there. Gemini feels more than they admit, they just process emotions differently. Healing begins when they allow themselves to feel without having to explain it away. Cancer believes, "I am okay being needed." They find value in being the emotional anchor for everyone else, but this can lead to self-neglect disguised as love. By prioritizing others' emotions over their own, they confuse being needed with being loved. True healing starts when Cancer chooses themselves without guilt, understanding that self-care is not selfish. Leo tells themselves, "I am confident," using confidence as armor to hide insecurities. They believe they do not need validation, but in truth, appreciation affects them deeply. Being ignored or underappreciated hurts more than they show. True confidence does not require applause or external approval. Leo grows when they learn to separate self-worth from attention. Virgo says, "If I fix it, it will feel better." They focus on control, details, and problem-solving to ease their emotions. But not every feeling can be optimized or fixed. Some emotions need to be felt, not solved. Overanalyzing often becomes a way to avoid vulnerability. Virgo's healing comes when they accept imperfection in situations and in themselves. Libra convinces themselves everyone is happy, equating harmony with the absence of conflict. They avoid confrontation to maintain peace, but silence does not always mean balance. Unspoken resentment can quietly replace honesty. Libra sacrifices truth to keep things smooth. Their growth begins when they realize that honesty, though sometimes difficult, is the foundation of real harmony. Scorpio believes, "I do not need anyone." They equate independence with strength and protect themselves by remaining emotionally guarded. Trust feels risky because vulnerability feels irreversible, but pushing people away does not prevent pain, it guarantees loneliness. Scorpio secretly desires connection more than they admit. Their power grows when they allow safe people in. Sagittarius tells themselves, "I will deal with it later," using optimism to avoid emotional heaviness. They believe everything will work out in time. But ignoring emotional responsibility does not make problems disappear. Running toward freedom sometimes means running from accountability. Sagittarius is not careless. They are afraid of being trapped by emotions. Growth starts when they face discomfort instead of escaping it. Capricorn says, "I do not have time for this," pushing emotions aside to focus on goals and responsibilities. They carry pressure silently, believing strength means endurance, but suppressed feelings do not respect schedules. Eventually, the weight catches up. Capricorn heals when they understand that rest and emotional care are signs of strength, not weakness. Aquarius believes, "I am detached," thinking emotional distance brings clarity. They analyze feelings rather than experiencing them, creating an illusion of control, but detachment can slip into isolation. Aquarius feels deeply, they just intellectualize their emotions. Growth happens when they reconnect with their feelings, not just their ideas. Pisces tells themselves love will fix it. They romanticize connection and often sacrifice themselves in the process. But love without boundaries can become self-erasure. They absorb pain, hoping it transforms into meaning. Not everything is meant to be saved. Pisces grows when they learn to choose themselves as carefully as they choose others. The lies we tell ourselves are not flaws. They are survival strategies developed to protect us. However, awareness transforms these survival tactics into opportunities for growth. Recognizing and confronting these internal stories opens the door to deeper self-understanding and healthier relationships. So, which zodiac signs lie hit a little too close to home? Share your sign in the comments below and subscribe for more zodiac psychology and deep dives.